Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City.
New York Times Business.
May 9, 11:01 America, New York, U.S. to lift tariffs on Ukrainian steel. The Biden administration will lift a 25% tariff on the Ukrainian steel sector for 1 year to help the country's economy. The ArcelorMittal plant in Kryvyi Rih, Ukraine.
Daily FX Market News.
May 9, 10 o'clock America, New York. Gold price forecast. Gold threatens larger break, 1854 support in sight. Gold bears took another swing to start the week, but for a second week in a row, 1854 is holding sellers at bay.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
May 9, 9:45 America, New York. Women's own bodies. An effort at logical coherence is a necessary condition for any intellectual claim and a fortiori for any social theory. Speaking of Vice President Kamala Harris' stance on abortion, The Wall Street Journal reports, Biden at center of fight over abortion after career of reservations, May 8, 2022.
Global economy.
May 9, 9/11 America, New York. VW chief calls for negotiated settlement to end war in Ukraine. Herbert Diess makes plea as carmaker grapples with disruption to supply chains.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
May 9, 8:51 America, New York. Russia versus Ukraine. Will it disrupt energy supplies to Latin America? The conflict between Russia and Ukraine can be traced to Russia's refusal to accept the recent cooperation that NATO and the European Union have with the former Soviet Republic. Moscow considers Ukraine as part of its identity and within its sphere of influence, and whose control it believes is vital for its security.
BBC News Business.
May 9, 8:42 America, New York. Birmingham Airport. Chaos, as travelers face long queues. Passengers report having to wait 2 hours to get through checks at Birmingham Airport.
BBC News. Business.
May 9, 8:42 America, New York. Birmingham Airport. Chaos, as travelers face long queues. Passengers report having to wait 2 hours to get through checks at Birmingham Airport.
New York Times Business.
May 9, 8:39 America, New York. Stock sell-off continues on new concerns about global economy. New data from China is raising fresh concerns about the global economy amid worries over high inflation, rising interest rates and supply chain disruptions.
New York Times Business.
May 9, 8:22 America, New York. Why the stock market keeps plunging. The financial markets are coming to grips with the Federal Reserve's policy change, as geopolitical factors complicate the outlook for the global economy. Markets have experienced high volatility.
Global economy.
May 9, 7:31 America, New York. WTO COVID patent waiver that no one wants to own. U.S., South Africa and India are failing to back the proposal that they themselves negotiated.
Daily FX Market News.
May 9, 7:30 America, New York. S&P 500 outlook. Equities drop ahead of Peloton, Disney and Alibaba earnings. Peloton, Walt Disney and Alibaba are all due to announce earnings as the overall index continues Friday's losses as big tech continues to drop.
Marginal revolution.
May 9, 7:25 America, New York. The Essential Women of Liberty. Here's another excellent book in the Essential Scholars series. You can download the book for free, find additional resources, introductory videos and more at the Women of Liberty webpage.
Marginal revolution.
May 9, 7:25 America, New York. China's bizarre authoritarian libertarian COVID strategy. It's difficult to understand China's COVID strategy. On the one hand, China has confined millions of people to their homes, even to the extent of outlawing walking outside or having food delivered.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
May 9, 7:04 America, New York. China's trade slows as demand drops and lockdowns hit supply chains. China's trade with the rest of the world withered in April as COVID-19 lockdowns shut factories and crippled supply chains, adding to signs of a broad slowdown in the world's second-largest economy.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
May 9, 7 o'clock America, New York. At Starbucks, third place is no longer gold. Howard Schultz's return to the coffee chain brings a bold pivot to boost profitability while risking what makes Starbucks a premium brand.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
May 9, 7 o'clock America New York, student loans, 5 steps college graduates should take. How to choose the best student loan repayment strategy for you.
Wall Street Journal Markets. May 9. 6:53 America New York, Big Tobacco needs a crutch to kick its menthol habit. Menthol cigarette bans can encourage smokers to switch to smoke-free alternatives. Murky vaping regulations make that harder in the U.S.
Daily FX Market News.
May 9. 6:30 America New York, USD, JPY forecast, setting up for the next leg higher? The Japanese yen has fallen to a fresh 2-decade low against the US dollar, and this break suggests that the move may have further to run.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
May 9. 5:33 America New York, IRS pays billions in interest on delayed tax returns. Tax agency now pays 4% interest to waiting individual filers. It made $3.3 billion in interest payments last fiscal year.
Global economy.
May 9. 3:58 America New York. China's exporters battered by lockdowns and global inflation. Premier Li Keqiang sounds alarm over jobs despite Beijing's zero-COVID drive.
Marginal revolution.
May 9. 2:54 America New York, the end of history? How a united Ireland would work is unclear. Many voters in Northern Ireland are attached to free healthcare with the NHS, even though waiting lists for treatment are the worst in the UK, and hate the idea of paying €60 to see a doctor, as is the case south of the border.
BBC News Business.
May 9. 2:45 America New York, Indigo. Anger after India airline removes disabled teenager. Indigo allegedly refused to let the teenager board its flight, saying he was a risk to passengers.
BBC News. Business.
May 9. 2:45 America New York, Indigo. Anger after India airline removes disabled teenager. Indigo allegedly refused to let the teenager board its flight, saying he was a risk to passengers.
Armstrong Economics.
May 9. 004 America New York, Johnson & Johnson vaccine recall. The FDA has finally admitted what we knew all along: the vaccine is not safe. The FDA said it is limiting the availability of Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine, as it does indeed cause blood clots.
Armstrong Economics.
May 9. 001 America New York, the left turns on Newsom. Gavin Newsom's goal to become the most woke governor in America has backfired, as all words are now deemed offensive as well as hand gestures. The internet is ablaze with angry voters who want Gavin out of office for his transphobic comment.